Next up, we have a company called HealthIM out of the Velocity Garage. And they actually synchronize law enforcement and healthcare systems to improve the quality of care for mentally ill patients using a clinical reporting system that integrates directly into an existing police hardware. Made up of a combination of psychology and business, computer science, and economics, Daniel's going to be pitching today. Let's give him a huge round of applause.
This year, the Toronto Police Service had 20,000 encounters with emotionally disturbed people, many of whom were mentally ill. In North America, there are over 10 million of these encounters that happen each year. But you may not know what actually happens in these encounters, so let me walk you through it. The goal of the police is to move the person from a crisis situation in the community and into a hospital for care as fast as possible. To do this, they start by arresting the person. Then the police drive, sometimes for hours, to the nearest local hospital while they wait, for an average of 3 hours before being interviewed by a nurse. Now in this interview, which is unstructured, the officer recites from memory what he recalls from the scene, while the nurse records her interpretation of what the officer is saying into a patient chart. This chart then gets passed along to a psychiatrist in the mental health unit, and the patient may finally be admitted. But because this process is so inefficient, we're losing key information needed for care planning, and we're wasting police resources to the tune of $5 billion a year. Something here needs to change. Introducing HealthIM, a software system that connects police officers in the field with hospitals in their community using existing police hardware. What you're looking at is our software inside of a police cruiser running on a police tablet. We guide officers through a series of questions that are designed to identify mental health symptoms and record their observations. We then summarize all of their answers into a clinical report, which gets sent from the field to the hospital. What this means is that as the officer is transporting the person to the hospital staff are already reviewing the details of that incoming patient. So when the officer gets there, there's no need for a detailed clinical interview, and they can transfer care almost immediately. The key takeaway from this is that officers are now using an accredited clinical assessment to communicate with hospitals instead of relying on memory. This is more efficient, accurate, and secure. We're getting police officers out of the hospital and back into your community sooner. We've already identified over 2 million potential customers for our software. And since we license our software on an annual basis, this translates to a recurring addressable market of over $1.8 billion. In the last year, our software has been used by over 800 police officers, and we have facilitated care for more than 1,400 patients. We have reduced wait time by 57% at the hospital, saving the Niagara Police Service over $200,000 a year. We've already implemented with the Niagara and Brantford Police. We're now engaging with more than 50% of the largest police services in Ontario. 94% of them are interested in our product. My co-founder and I have been working together since high school, and we're both extremely passionate about this issue because it's affected both of our families. My background is in psychology and business. I've actually worked in a mental health crisis unit. My co-founder's background is in computer science, and he has a detailed knowledge of data security systems. We have a fantastic panel of mentors, including Dr. Ron Hoffman from the Ontario Police College, Barb Pizzangrilli from the Niagara Health System, and Jeff Nelson, the Chief of Police from the Brantford Police Service. We are HealthIM, and we are improving the quality of care for the mentally ill. Thank you.